Buddhaya, meritorious children. Last week you had the opportunity to go on a pilgrimage, to Siripa Vihara, and we learned the value and the significance of worshipping the Buddha's sacred footprint. So this week we will be learning about a great Arahant who gave the greatest gift for us, who taught us the purpose of life, who gave the Buddha's amazing message, the Buddha's marvelous message, who taught us the Buddha's marvelous realization for us to overcome from suffering forever. I hope most of you all know about that Arahant very well and have heard about that Arahant. So, first of all, let's go for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha and observe 5 precepts before we go for the sermon. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Dutiyampi buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Dutiyampi dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Dutiyampi sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tatiyampi buddhaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tatiyampi dhammaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Tatiyampi sanghaṃ saranang gacchāmi. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now to observe the 5 precepts, say after me. I observe the precept of abstaining from killing beings. I observe the precept of abstaining from stealing. I observe the precept of abstaining from sexual misconduct. I observe the precept of abstaining from telling lies. I observe the precept of abstaining from taking intoxicating drinks and drugs. I follow these precepts for happiness in this life, for rebirth in heaven, and to realize the Four Noble Truths. In this Gautama Buddha's dispensation, sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Nama Buddhaya. Children, don't you all think you all are fortunate to learn the Buddha's teachings weekly through this program, the meaningful teachings, various Dhamma programs. Now last week we went on a pilgrimage to Siripa Vihara. Today what are you all going to learn? Today you all are going to learn about a great Arahant. I'm not going to tell you the name now. See if you could recognize about whom we are going to learn today. Before that, let's venerate our teacher, our Lokasamin Mahansa, who taught about, who explained and who clearly taught about the value of a Supreme Buddha, the importance of going for refuge to a Buddha, and then the importance, the value of learning the Buddha's teachings. The teachings were in Pali, but our teacher translated them to Sinhala. And then we were encouraged and we were trained to preach this Dhamma in English for y'all. So may our homage be to our Lokasamin Mahansa. Avasarai, may I have permission to tell Lokasamin Mahansa's name? Most Venerable Avasarai Kiribadgoda Jnanananda Mahathera Pingwat Lokasamin Mahansa. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Children, before I go to the Dhamma sermon, I would like to chant a stanza. Then you will realize about whom we are going to learn today. Close your eyes now and then say after me. Samanamayang Maharaja Dhammarajassa Savaka Taveva Anukampaya Jambudipa Idagata. Who said this stanza? Try to recall now. This stanza was said by a great monk who was born just for us, who was born for the benefit of Sri Lankans, who was born for the development, and who was born to give us the greatest gift that was given by our Buddha. That is like a second Buddha for us. That's our Anubuddhu Mihintale Mahansa, who shined the Buddha Sasana in Sri Lanka, who taught us the purpose of life for a group of people who did not know anything about the Buddha's teachings. Meritorious King Devanam Piyatissa, when he was going on hunting with a fleet of 40,000 people with him, was fortunate to learn Dhamma from Arahant Mahinda and become disciples of a Blessed One. Arahant Mahinda, who gave the greatest gift of the Blessed One, was born in India. Arahant Mahinda was born in a royal family. His father was Emperor Dharmashoka and mother was Queen Vedisa. After the passing away of the Buddha, after 204 years, the baby boy was born that would become a great sage one day. And then after 224 years, that young prince became a monk. After 224 years, at the age of 20 years, this young prince was given the permission to become a monk. On the same day, the day he became a monk, he got his ordination, got high ordination, and became an Arahant as well. Some monks become Arahants after 7 days, after 1 month, after 2 months, after 5 months, after 50 years. But Arahant Mahinda was fortunate to become an Arahant. On the same day, he became a monk. When you say Sanghang Saranang Gacchami, don't forget to think of Arahant Mahinda. Will you remember to do these things? Don't forget. Keep these things to practice in your day-to-day life. Remember these things to practice in your day-to-day life. And then after 236 years of the passing away of the Buddha, an amazing thing happened. Emperor Dharmashoka sent his son Arahant Mahinda to Sri Lanka with the blessings of Arahant Moggali Puttatissa Mahatera. Arahant Mahinda was sent to Sri Lanka to spread the Buddha's teachings. Arahant Mahinda lived in India as a monk for 12 years, and then after learning the Tripitaka very well, came to Sri Lanka with the Buddha's teachings, with the true teachings, and also with one more thing. Arahant Mahinda brought an amazing thing for us. What was that? Brought the Buddha's teachings and brought the Urna Roma Dhatuva. What did he bring? The Urna Roma Dhatuva. And later, Arahant Mahinda, with the blessings and by taking the great initiative, with his great courage and effort, the Jayasri Mahabodhi tree, the Bodhi tree, where Buddha sat and became a Samma Sambuddha, the tree which gave shelter for our Buddha, which has a living connection, was brought to Sri Lanka with the great support of Arahant Mahinda. And also, Bhikkhuni Sangha was created in Sri Lanka, was born in Sri Lanka. What to think about the Bhikkhu Sangha? The first monk was ordained in Sri Lanka because of Arahant Mahinda. The first Arahant was born in Sri Lanka because of Arahant Mahinda. All these things happen in a wonderful place in Sri Lanka. Arahant Mahinda visited to Sri Lanka. He kept his foot. He landed in a wonderful place in Sri Lanka. What's that place? He spread the Buddha's teachings in a wonderful place. He met King Devanampiyathissa in a wonderful place. He uttered the stanza I chanted today in a wonderful place. What's that place? You call it Mihintale, or Mihintale, or Ambastale, or Sagiriya, or Missagapauva. We call it Mihintale because Arahant Mahinda lived there. We call it Sagiriya because the Buddha's great mark, the Urna Roma Dhatuva, was enshrined on that great mountain. Wonderful things happen in that great mountain. Then Arahant Sumana invited Devas in that mountain. Then in that mountain there is a place, a very significant place where 4 Buddhas have visited and meditated. And the Ashtapala Bodhin Vahansa was planted in this place in Mihintale. And then the greatest gift of the Buddha was gifted in Mihintale. King Devanampiyathissa went for refuge to Buddha Dhamma Sangha in Mihintale. Mihintale is the sacred place for our Buddhists in Sri Lanka and for all the devotees in all over the world. After the Buddha's passing away, the Sri Lanka, the country of Lanka, the land of Lanka was purified by the Buddha just for Arahant Mahinda to spread the Buddha's teachings and for us to live happily by practicing the Buddha's teachings. Dear children, right now, you all are seeing this wonderful place. This is the place where Arahant Sumana was instructed and advised by Arahant Mahinda to invite Devas to listen to the Samachitta Pariyaya Sutta. Samacitta Pariyaya Sutta was first preached by Arahant Sariputta. Even during the Supreme Buddha's time, when Arahant Sariputta was preaching this sermon, gods delighted in this sutta. And then gods went to the Blessed One and shared their happiness with the Buddha, saying that Arahant Sariputta is preaching an amazing sutta. So Arahant Mahinda, to make the Devas happy, advised Arahant Sumana to climb up, to go to this mountain, to this rock, to the top of this rock, and invite Devas. So right now you all are seeing the Mihintale area, the important places. You'll be seeing the main stupa where the Buddha's great mark, one of the great marks of the Buddha, the Urnaroma Dhatu, that was located in between the Buddha's eyebrows. This great mark was received by being truthful, and then with the power of that great mark, the monks listened to the Buddha. The monks delightfully, happily accepted the Buddha's word, was obedient to the Buddha as a result of getting this great mark. So that great sign, that Urnaroma Dhatu, that relic is enshrined in this stupa. You call it Mahasaya. Dear children, right now you are seeing the kuti, the room where Arahant Mahinda was living. And this is the place where Arahant Mahinda passed away, attained Mahaparinibbana. Look at this place. Think of this place. Worship, children. Right now worship. After living for 48 years in Sri Lanka, out of compassion towards Devas and humans, after dedicating his life for the Sinhalese community in Sri Lanka, without thinking about the community in India even, just as a great gem for us, just like a great light for us, just like a great refuge for us, just like a second Buddha for us after preaching Dhamma for 48 years. The great light passed away, children. The great light that dispelled the darkness of the people in Sri Lanka. The great light who dispelled the darkness of ignorance passed away in this kuti by leaving the relics for us to worship. And those relics are enshrined in this stupa that you are seeing, which has decayed or lost. Look at this stupa, children. The relics of Arahant Mahinda enshrined in this old stupa. Now let's build back this stupa, children. Our Loku Swaminatha said that it's like when the parents are living in an old house, the children are living in a luxurious house. We can't let this stupa to decay like this. This stupa is like our blood, children. This stupa is enshrined with Arahant Mahinda's relics, who sacrificed his entire life for the Sinhalese community. So let's all of us get together and build this stupa and gain merits to realize the Four Noble Truths. Dear children, now you all are seeing a Bodhi tree. The name of this Bodhi tree is Ashtapala Bodhin Vahansa. Ashta means 8. So Pala means fruits. So after Arahant Sanghamitta Mahateri brought the Jayasri Maha Bodhi tree, 5 fruits from that Jayasri Maha Bodhi tree fell to the ground. And then from each Bodhi tree, from each fruit, 8 Bodhi trees were planted. From each fruit, 8 Bodhi trees were planted. So the first 8 Bodhi trees were known as Ashtapala Bodhin Vahansa. And then the other Bodhin Vahansa that we hear apart from the Ashtapala Bodhin Vahansa is Detispala Bodhin Vahansa. That means 32 Bodhi trees. So right now what you are seeing is Ashtapala Bodhin Vahansa. So Ashtapala means the first 8 Bodhi trees that were planted from the first 5 seeds, from the first 5 fruits. And now we are seeing the Selasaya. This is the place where 4 Buddhas visited. Kakusanda, Konagamana, Kashyapa, Gautama Buddha visited these places and made these places sacred. And even Arahant Mahinda first landed to this place. Children, our Lokasamin Wahansa recently reconstructed this Selasaya to a certain extent. Changed the pinnacle. Now you can see those videos changing the pinnacle, fixing the new pinnacle, and then venerating the great places in Mihintale. And then on that day, the great relics of Arahant Mahinda was venerated by hundreds of monks from Mahamena Buddhist Monastery and was venerated by a lot of nuns from Mahamena Buddhist Monastery. See, thousands of people have gathered for this amazing Pinkamu. This month is very important for us children, this month of Vap. On this month, on Mihindu Puratavaka Poya day, Arahant Mahinda passed away. Arahant Mahinda gave us the greatest gift. Arahant Mahinda passed away by fulfilling his task. Some people pass away from this world being unable to fulfill their tasks and their needs. But Arahant Mahinda fulfilled all the things that should be done as a second Buddha for us. The ordination was given for monks. Queen Anula and the other women were waiting for ordination. So Arahant Mahinda got his own sister to come to Sri Lanka and to give ordination to the females. Dear children, Arahant Mahinda, while preaching Dhamma, he did many other amazing things. Today, the place where Ruwanali Mahastupa is located, that was marked by Arahant Mahinda. Dear children, Arahant Mahinda marked all the sacred places, spread flowers, sprinkled flowers, made those places sacred to be built stupas, monasteries in the future. Even the Jayasri Maha Bodhi tree that was dedicated, that land was dedicated by Arahant Mahinda. All these things happened with the help of King Devanampietissa. And then the monks' residence, and then the place where right now we are seeing the place where monks did Vinaya Kamma, where the monks protected and they became virtuous. The place where monks recited the code of conduct, the place where monks received their ordination. So now we are seeing Lova Mahapaya. This is the place where monks did chanted the code of conduct, the place where I did Patimokka, So twice a month the monks should gather to this place and recite the precepts, and then they should correct themselves by revealing their mistakes to the other monks. So children, now you all are going to see another place. This is a place that was dedicated for the Sangha. This place was dedicated by Arahant Mahinda for the Sangha to distribute the Sangha's gift. Whatever the lay people offered to the Sangha, this place was used to distribute the Sangha's gifts, the robes that Sangha get. Then the requisites were distributed in this place in a virtuous way. And then like that, lot of places were marked by Arahant Mahinda, especially the Ruwanali Mahastupa. The Ruwanali Mahastupa was also visited by 4 Buddhas. All these places became sacred because of whom? Arahant Mahinda. And Arahant Mahinda was able to make these places sacred because of whom? Because of our Gautama Buddha, our great sage Shakyamuni Gautama Buddha. Dear children, today I took you on a pilgrimage to Mihintale. Dear children, in Mihintale, there's something to be done very seriously. There's something to be concerned very seriously. What is that? Now look at this stupa in Mihintale. Look at this stupa. Look at this old stupa that is decaying. This is the stupa where Arahant Mahinda's relics are enshrined. Our Anubuddhu Mihindu Maharahatan Wahansa's relics are enshrined. This stupa is decaying day by day. Don't let this stupa to decay. Don't let this stupa to break down. Don't let these bricks to collapse and fall down. This stupa next to the Mahasaya should be reconstructed. Our teacher Lokusamin Wahansa said, then only the community of the Sinhalese Buddhist will again become powerful and have the courage to practice the Buddha's teachings very well. So children, a great sage who gave the gift of the Buddha, the great sage who lived in Sri Lanka for 48 years without going back to India, the great sage Arahant Mahinda passed away in Sri Lanka, spent the whole life, 48 years lived in Sri Lanka to give the gift of Dhamma for us. For that great sage, let's all of us get together and build this amazing stupa, reconstruct this stupa, and which is reconstructed with the blessings of the chief monk in Mihintale temple and with the enormous support of our Swamin Wahansa, Shraddha Sila Swamin Wahansa, and with the support of Aludiniya Subodhi Swamin Wahansa, and with the support of all of you all, and with the support of all the devotees in all over the world, let's all of us get together and build this amazing stupa that is for our Arahant Mahinda, that is for our Anubuddhu Mihindu Maharahatan Wahansa. Once we have done this, we will be extremely grateful and we can die with a happy mind, thinking that we have done for the Supreme Buddha, we have done for our Arahant Mahinda as well, who gave the greatest gift for us. After the Buddha's passing away, it was our Arahant Mahinda who saved our lives, no one else. Even our Lokusamin Wahansa was able to teach us this Dhamma. That's because of our Arahant Mahinda. If it wasn't for our Lokusamin Wahansa, today we will not learn this Dhamma. Therefore, let's practice gratefulness by helping hand to develop the Gautama Buddha Sasana, to make the sacred Mihintale, the Missaka power, the Ambastalaya, the Mihintalava, to become an amazing place, to look gorgeous and to become extremely sacred by building back this amazing stupa in Mihintale, and by gaining merit for us to realize the Four Noble Truths and escape from this samsara forever, by realizing the Four Noble Truths, by gaining merits, by building this great stupa. Namo Buddhaya, Theruvan Saranai.
Namo Buddhaya. Our homage to the Arahant Mihindu Mahathera and the Mihindu Mahasaya. Let us pay our utmost gratitude and tribute to the compassionate Arahant Mihindu Mahathera, who brightened the lives of the Sinhala nation by bringing the greatest of gifts to this island, the gift of the sublime Dhamma. To honor and pay gratitude to the dedication of Arahant Mihindu, who established the Buddha's dispensation in Sri Lanka for us, you all have the meritorious opportunity to donate in the reconstruction of the dilapidated stupa that enshrines Arahant Mihindu's relics. For that, you can credit your donation to account name Heritage Development Fund, account number 1162-6100-5131, Sampath Bank, Kaduwala Branch, Swift code BSAMLKLX. All inquiries 0716-200-225. Please email your donation receipt to email address donation@shraddha.lk. May all beings rejoice in the donations and labor taken to reconstruct the Mihindu Mahasaya. By the power of this merit, may you all be well and happy, and have the opportunity to take part in many other meritorious deeds in the future. Sandhu, Sandhu, Sandhu. Namo Buddhaya.
සිහල රට නම් අමදින් තෙමා සුව සලසන ලෙසින් වැඩිසේක නිල් නුඹ තලෙන් වැඩිසේක නිල් නුඹ තලෙන් අපේ අනුබුදු මිහිඳු මාහිමියෝ අපේ අනුබුදු මිහිඳු මාහිමියෝ වරක් මෙහි වැඩි බුදුන් පුදා නාසපු සල්මලින් තුන් වරක් මෙහි වැඩි බුදුන් පුදා නාසපු සල්මලින් වෙන් කළෝ මේ සිහල දීපය ඔබ නිසාමයි මිහිඳු හිමි සඳුනේ මිහිඳු හිමි සඳුනේ මුනි ධාතුන් ලබාදී උතුම් සම්බුදු බණ කියාදී බෝධි මුනි ධාතුන් ලබාදී උතුම් සම්බුදු බණ කියාදී සිහල නාමය තිලොවරැන්දු ඔබය අපගේ දෙවැනි බුදු හිමියන් දෙවැනි බුදු හිමියන් සිහල රට නම් අමදින් තෙමා සුව සලසන ලෙසින් වැඩිසේක නිල් නුඹ තලෙන් වැඩිසේක නිල් නුඹ තලෙන් අපේ අනුබුදු මිහිඳු මාහිමියෝ අපේ අනුබුදු මිහිඳු මාහිමියෝ සියලු රුපුසෙන් එඩි මැඩන් දිනා නැගිටින සිංහලුන් නාද කළ විට සිහනදින් රාව දෙන්නේ ඔබේ මහාභිමානයයි
Namo Buddhaya. Children, now we have come to the most difficult session. Why it is difficult? Meditating. Children, when they close their eyes, some they fall asleep. Some they close their eyes and slowly they open one eye. Slowly they open one eye and see what's happening. Don't do that. So now you have to close your eyes and keep your mind in one place. Don't think about the past. Don't think about the future. Stick to the present. Think according to what I say. Follow the Buddha's great qualities. Think of the Buddha's great qualities. When your mind goes out of track, when your mind goes away from the meditation object, get back to the meditation object. Don't dream. Now sit in a comfortable posture. Keep one palm on the other palm. Cross your legs. If you are sleepy, you can do walking meditation. But listen to me. Now listen to me and think according to what I say. My great teacher, Supreme Buddha, eradicated passion, hatred and delusion. Supreme Buddha, eradicated unwholesome deeds, cultivated wholesome deeds, guarded sense faculties, controlled sense faculties, even in secrecy, did not commit any misdeeds. Children, our Buddha, he guarded the eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind. He saw things from the eyes, but never got attached, did not get angry, or did not get deluded or deceived. That's why we say that Buddha controlled the sense faculties. The sense faculties are eye, ear, nose, tongue, body and mind. Other people can't guard them. Buddha was able to control the eye. Buddha did not have the desire to see everything in this world. But normal people, ordinary people, they want to see everything as they wish. And if they can't see what they want, they feel sad. Buddha never got sad because Buddha did not have such wishes to see whatever he wanted. Even if Buddha sees unpleasant things, Buddha did not get sad. But normal people, ordinary people, when they see unpleasant things, they get panic and sad. Buddha did not get sad because Buddha had a purified mind. Buddha did not have craving. Supreme Buddha eradicated the desire for seeing forms, for hearing sounds, eradicated the desire for smelling odors, eradicated the desire for tasting flavors, eradicated the desire for touching tangibles. Tangibles are the feelings that you experience through your body. Eradicated the desire for thinking thoughts. In this way, the great Buddha is an Arahant. Arahant, Supreme Buddha, realize the Four Noble Truths without anyone's help. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Samma Sambuddho. Samma Sambuddho. Samma Sambuddho. Supreme Buddha was able to see the past lives. So the passing away and rebirths of other beings. Supreme Buddha eradicated all taints, obtained psychic powers. Supreme Buddha developed great virtue, concentration and wisdom. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Vijacharana Sampanno. Vijacharana Sampanno. Supreme Buddha followed the path to Nibbana and achieved true happiness. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Sugato. Sugato. Supreme Buddha understood all worlds and escaped from all worlds. And the Buddha is known as Lokavidu. Therefore, the Buddha is known as Lokavidu. The Blessed One understood that there are many worlds, that human beings are born among animals too after they die. Human beings are not always born among human beings. So by understanding that nature, by understanding and realizing many worlds, the Blessed One escaped from all the worlds forever. That's why the Buddha is known as Lokavidu. Supreme Buddha became an incomparable teacher for taming others with great compassion. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi. Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi. Supreme Buddha became a great teacher for gods and humans. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Satta Deva Manussanam. Supreme Buddha taught the excellent Dhamma without holding anything. Without holding anything. In this way, the Supreme Buddha is Buddha. 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 Supreme Buddha developed all these great qualities and was unique to have all these qualities. And the Buddha is known as Bhagava. 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 The Blessed One is an Arahant. He is free from lust, anger and delusion. The Buddha is a Samma Sambuddha. The Blessed One realized the Four Noble Truths without a guidance of a teacher. The Blessed One is Vijjacharana Sampanno. The Blessed One developed psychic powers, attained special knowledges to see past births, future births, and purified the mind. The Blessed One was unique in wisdom, was unique in virtue, concentration, and wisdom. That's why the Blessed One is known as Vijjacharana Sampanno. The Blessed One followed the Noble Eightfold Path, and that's why the Buddha is known as Sugata. The Blessed One escaped from all the worlds. That's why the Blessed One is known as Lokavidu. The Buddha helped many beings to become good, worse to good, and develop their good qualities to a great extent. Even the people who had good qualities, they were not able to attain Nibbana. They had some qualities. Even for such people, Buddha helped them to attain Nibbana. That's why the Buddha is known as Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi. Even thinking of Arahant Angulimala would help you to understand the Buddha's great quality of Anuttaro Purisa Dhamma Sarathi. The Buddha became a teacher for gods and humans. That's why the Buddha is known as Satta Deva Manussanam. Buddha taught this Dhamma out of compassion, without holding anything back. The Blessed One is known as Buddha, and the Blessed One was able to develop all these qualities, and that's why the Buddha is known as Bhagava. He had all these qualities and he was unique. The Blessed One was the one and only person to have all these qualities. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Slowly open your eyes. Namo Buddhaya. Dear children, today we are going to chant another wonderful Parita chanting, a blessing chanting, a protective discourse, and also about loving kindness, that is Karaniya Metta Sutta. So if you like to know the background story or the reason for a Blessed One, for the Buddha to teach or introduce Karaniya Metta Sutta, well, the reason is once during the Buddha's time, some bhikkhus went to the forest to meditate and to practice the Buddha's teachings. Monks usually find a calm and a peaceful place to meditate and to live peacefully. So, after they went to that forest, due to their good qualities, because of the good qualities those monks have possessed, those divine beings bound to that forest, to the tree, couldn't remain in the top of the trees. Some divine beings are living on trees. Their mansions are made on trees. So after the monks went and started living under the trees and started making cottages under trees, the divine beings couldn't remain in a higher place because the monks were living in a lower place. So since they were earthbound devas, I believe they could not remain in their mansions. So monks started making kutis, so they tolerated 1 day, they tolerated 2 days, 3 days, but finally these divine beings, they were not happy with these monks dwelling in this forest. So even though they were divine beings, they did not have right views. That's why we should go to divine worlds by developing right views and with the refuge of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. So now these divine beings, in the middle of the night, they make various noise and they made the monks feel uncomfortable and they produce bad smell. So monks find it uncomfortable to live in that forest. The happiness that they expected, the peace that they expected, the seclusion that they expected, they did not get that. Then they came back to the Buddha and told the Blessed One, we went to this forest, but then we were disturbed by unseen beings. We couldn't see them. We were disturbed by unseen beings. So there were no humans, but then we heard various noise and sounds. So we were distracted actually. Then the Blessed One said, Bhikkhus, get back to the same place. Go back to the same place and meditate. It's a very suitable place for you, but go and chant the Karaniya Metta Sutta first. Then Buddha taught the Karaniya Metta Sutta and sent back to the same place. They were sent to the same place and they chanted Karaniya Metta Sutta and started meditating. The divine beings who are unhappy with the monks, after chanting Karaniya Metta Sutta, the divine beings recognize who these monks are, the great qualities of monks, the value of the great monks and their loving kindness. Then the divine beings realize that these monks are good people. These monks are a good group of people. We should help them. And the divine beings who disturbed the monks started preparing, arranging water for them, helping them to find alms food. So when the monks went to the nearest houses to go to collect food, the divine beings on the previous day go and remind the people and tell them, and they used to tell the people, look, tomorrow monks will come prepare alms food. The divine beings help the monks like that. So if you also chant the Karaniya Metta Sutta, won't the divine beings help you, children? Will help you. Even if the divine beings don't help you, still you will chant something that was said by a Buddha. You are chanting, you are spreading loving kindness. When you spread loving kindness, non-human beings will become pleasant to you. So don't you like to have non-human beings that are pleasant to you? If non-human beings will become pleasant to you, think about human beings. They will also become pleasant to you when you practice loving kindness. So let's chant the Karaniya Sutta in Pali and English today. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Karaniya mattha kusalena yantang santang padang abhisamecca sakko ujuca sujuca suvaco chassa mudu anatimani. One skilled in good, wishing to attain that state of peace, Nibbana, should act thus. He should be clever, upright, exceedingly upright, obedient, gentle, and humble. Santussakocha subharocha appakiccocha sallahukavutti santindriyocha nipakocha appagabho kulesu ananugiddho. He should be content, easy to support, with few duties, living lightly, controlled in senses, discerning, courteous and unattached to families. Nacha kuddhang samachare kinchi yena vinyu pare upavadeyung sukhino vakhemino hontu sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. One should not do any slight wrong which the wise might censure. May all beings be happy and secure. May all beings have happy minds. Ye kechipana bhutatti tasava thavarava anavasesa Dighava ye mahantava majhimarasa kanukathula. Whatever living beings there may be, without exception, timid or fearless, long or large, medium short, subtle or gross, ditta vayeva additta yecha dure vasanti avidure bhuta va sambhavesi va sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitatta. Visible or invisible, living near or far, born or coming to birth, may all beings have happy minds. Na paro parang nikubbetha nati manyetha katha chinang kanchi vyarosana patigha sanya nanya manyassa dukkha micceya. Let no one deceive another, nor despise anyone anywhere, neither from anger nor ill will should anyone wish harm to another. Mata yatha niyang puttang ආයුසා ඒක පුත්ත මනුරක්ඛේ එවම්පි සබ්බ භූතේසු මාන සම්භාවයේ අපරිමාණං. As a mother would risk her own life to protect her only child, even so towards all living beings, one should cultivate boundless loving kindness. Mettancha sabba lokasmin mana sambhavaye aparimanang. Uddhang adocha tiriyancha asambadhang averang asapattang. One should cultivate for all the world a heart of boundless loving kindness, above, below, and all around, unobstructed, without hatred or resentment. Tittang charang nisinova sayanova yavatassa vigata middho etang sating aditteya brahmametam viharang idhamahu. Whether standing, walking, or sitting, lying down, or whenever awake, one should develop this mindfulness. This is called divinely dwelling here. Dittincha anupagamma silava dassanena sampanno Kāmesu vineyya gedang nahi jātu gabhaseyang punaretiti. Not falling into wrong views, but virtuous and possessing right view. Removing desire for sensual pleasures, one comes never again to birth in the womb. Etena saccena suatti hotu. By this truth may there be well-being. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya. Now, dear children, this is a time for you to hear and see the good deeds done by other children. So, write us and send us your good deeds to Mirror of Dhamma program. The telephone number and the email address will appear on the screen. So, write to us, send us your good deeds, share your good deeds with us, and we will show it to the world for you to get a lot of merit. So now, I'll be handing over the program to Dinu Daham Puta and Devanga daughter. Namo Buddhaya, Teruvan Saranai.
Namo Buddhaya. You have now come to the Good Deeds session, where we read and watch the good deeds done by children all around the world. My name is Devanga, and today I'm here with Dinu Daham.
Namo Buddhaya. My name is Dinu Daham, and today we'll be watching the good deeds done by Hansi Upasika, Manula Upasaka, Tavisha Upasaka, Itar Upasika, Itum Upasaka, and a few other Dhamma friends.
The first meritorious deed was done by Hansi and Manula. They have sent a presentation about the Angulimala Parita. Let's see their presentation.
Namo Buddhaya. Angulimala Parita. The story behind the Angulimala Parita. One day, when Arahant Angulimala was walking, he saw a pregnant woman in pain. Then Arahant Angulimala went to the Supreme Buddha and asked of how he could help her. The Buddha instructed him, and it will relieve the pain and help her deliver the baby safely. So Angulimala did as he was instructed and went back to the woman in pain and chanted this stanza.
Paritang yang vanantase nisinnatthana dovanam Budakampi vinaseti sabbameva parissayam Sottinagabba uttanam Yancha sadeti tankani Terasanguli malasa Lokanatena bhasitam Kappatai mahatejam Paritang tang vanamahe Yato ambagini ariyaya jatiya jato Nabijanami Sanchicca panam jivita voropeta Tena saccena sottite hotu sottigabbassami
The Angulimala Paritta. Even the water that is used to wash, the seat which Arahant Angulimala sat on, and recited this Paritta, that water can end all sufferings. If a pregnant mother suffers from any pain, she will be well and be strong enough to stand instantly. Now we shall recite that very powerful Paritta taught by the Buddha to Arahant Angulimala, which will hold its power for an eon. Sister, from the day I was born, in the noble birth, which leads to supreme Nibbana, from that day on, I am not aware of myself, killing any living beings deliberately. By this truth, may you be well. May the delivery of your child be peaceful. By this truth, may there be well-being. Once Arahant Angulimala had finished chanting the Paritta, the pregnant woman relieved her pain and delivered the baby safely. So we can use this Paritta as not only help for others, but help us to stay safe. Taruan Saranai, Namo Buddhaya.
Many merits to Senila Upasaka for narrating this presentation and to Hansi and Manula for making this presentation.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. That was an amazing presentation to teach us the meaning of the very powerful Paritta called Angulimala Paritta.
You can also create 1 to 2 minute presentations about any Dhamma topic or any meritorious deed you have done. Then you could send it to our email address or our WhatsApp. The next meritorious deed was done by Tavisha Upasaka. He has sent a picture of him offering Buddha Puja to our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha. Let's see the picture he has sent. Many merits to Tavisha Upasaka for sending this delightful picture. Let's all offer Buddha Puja every day to the Supreme Buddha just like him.
The next meritorious deed was done by Itara Upasika and Itum Upasaka. They have sent pictures in which they helped to prepare the morning and lunch dana. Let's see the pictures they sent.
Itum and Itara prepared milk rice for the morning Buddha Puja. And they also prepared lunch Buddha Puja to offer to our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha, with much Shraddha.
Many merits to Senila Upasaka for narrating these photos and to Itara and Itum for sending these beautiful pictures.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Many merits to Itara and Itum for sending these marvelous pictures. This will encourage others to do meritorious deeds as well. If you have any pictures of any meritorious deeds, you can send them to our email address, which will appear on the screen.
The last meritorious deed was done by another Dhamma friend. She has helped to prepare the Buddha Puja. Also, she has given food to the birds. Let's see the pictures she has sent.
These two Dhamma friends are cutting vegetables to prepare the Buddha Puja, and they offered the puja to our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha. After they have offered the Buddha Puja to our great teacher, the Supreme Buddha, they also gain merit by offering food to the birds.
Many merits to Chamudi Upasika for narrating these pictures and to the Dhamma friend who sent these wonderful pictures. Many merits for sharing her meritorious deeds by sending these pictures to us. They are very beautiful. Today we watched many good deeds done by children all around the world. May you also have the opportunity to send your good deeds to our email address.
These meritorious deeds will help us to propagate the Dhamma and help others to do meritorious deeds as well. We rejoice in your good deeds. The whole world rejoices in them too. May all of us have the opportunity to realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Teruvan Saranai, Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya. Children, now we have come to the end of this program. Now we have to share merit. Today's program was sponsored by a family from Australia, from Melbourne, from West Mahamevanava Buddhist Monastery. And remember, today's program is an extremely rare program. We discussed about building a stupa for our Arahant Mahinda, to enshrine, to reconstruct a stupa where Arahant Mahinda's relics are enshrined, in a stupa that is enshrined with Arahant Mahinda's relics. So we pass that message through this program. So today, Hasanya Heva Bajjamage's daughter was so meritorious to sponsor for this program. Even their parents were meritorious to sponsor for this program. So let's share that merit with everyone now. So even though it was a unique program, yet even if others did not get a chance to sponsor for this program, yet you can rejoice in this program. You can rejoice in their support, in their dedication, and the support they have done to broadcast this program today. So Hasanya Heva Bajjamage's daughter's birthday is November 7th. So she was so meritorious to be blessed by sponsoring for the program, which where we have discussed about building a stupa, and thousands of people will worship that stupa, and a lot of people will develop confidence in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha. A lot of people will offer flowers and gain merit. A lot of people will make offerings to that stupa once the stupa is built properly. Even I rejoice in this program today, and then I rejoice in everyone's dedication done by Dinu Puta, then Devanga daughter, and also all the other people, especially with our Lokasamin Mahansa. Without him, we would not be able to do any of these things. So, first of all, let's share merit with all the divine beings. May all the devas who liked Arahant Mahinda, who always loved Arahant Mahinda, rejoice in this meritorious Dhammadana. And may all the devas realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may all the departed relatives of all of us rejoice in this merit. Especially, they would like to share merit with Heva Bajjamage Padmasena, that's their father, who have passed away 22 years ago. And they are happy to share merit with all the departed relatives of them, and and may all the departed relatives of all of us rejoice in this merit of giving the gift of the Buddha's teachings to the whole world, and may all the departed relatives escape from samsara as soon as possible. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may our teacher Lokasamin Nansa, all the monks and nuns of Mahamana Buddhist monasteries rejoice in this merit, and may our Lokasamin Nansa and all the monks and nuns realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may our Hasanya, daughter Hasanya, and their parents Harsha Heva Bajjamage and her mother Sudari Heva Bajjamage rejoice in this merit, and by the power of this merit, may that family have the opportunity to have long life, well-being, comfort, happiness, and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And they have another merit sharing. They would like to share merit with Upasika, one of the Upasikas, one of their parents, Liana Mohottige Chandravati Cabral, and Roxy Silva, father Roxy Silva, and mother Shiranti Silva. They like to share merit with them for them to have long life, well-being, comfort, energy, and courage to realize the Four Noble Truths. So may all of us rejoice in this merit. And by the power of this merit, may everyone who took part in this program, may everyone whose names were mentioned, rejoice in this merit and have well-being, long life, happiness, comfort, and then develop in wisdom and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. And may everyone who helped to make this program to become a successful program, and may all the monthly donors, may all the devotees who make donations to Shraddha TV on monthly basis rejoice in this merit and realize the Four Noble Truths. May they have well-being, comfort, happiness, and realize the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya, Teruvan Saranai.
Namo Buddhaya. Our homage to the Arahant Mahinda Mahathera and the Mahinda Mahasaya. Let us pay our utmost gratitude and tribute to the compassionate Arahant Mahinda Mahathera, who brightened the lives of the Sinhala nation by bringing the greatest of gifts to this island, the gift of the sublime Dhamma. To honor and pay gratitude to the dedication of Arahant Mahinda, who established the Buddha's dispensation in Sri Lanka for us, you all have the meritorious opportunity to donate in the reconstruction of the dilapidated stupa that enshrines Arahant Mahinda's relics. For that, you can credit your donation to account name Heritage Development Fund, account number 1162-6100-5131, Sampath Bank, Kaduwala Branch, Swift code BSAMLKLX. All inquiries 0716-200-225. Please email your donation receipt to email address donation@shraddha.lk. May all beings rejoice in the donations and labor taken to reconstruct the Mahinda Mahasaya. By the power of this merit, may you all be well and happy, and have the opportunity to take part in many other meritorious deeds in the future. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo Buddhaya.
මෙවැනි වටිනා ධර්මදේශනා ශ්‍රවණය කිරීමට ශ්‍රද්ධා ඩේලි YouTube චැනලය සබස්ක්‍රයිබ් කරන්න.